Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today for this Alliance War versus SSx. I've completely lost track of which war it is. Think this is War 5. But yeah, definitely a bit behind on the videos. So today we've got a team of Dr. Doom, White Magneto and Nick Fury. So this first fight is Anti-Venom on Path 1, Section 1, Node 4. And we're taking this with Nick Fury, and this is a pretty simple fight. The node gives him regen when you're up close, and if he triggers 10 regens in a fight, he will gain a Fury effect. Now, normally Anti-Venom would gain these 10 Furies, however with Nick Fury, you can shrug off the Clintar debuff anyway, which stops his SIG ability regen, and this one's unduped, so it doesn't matter either way. He is a tactic defender, but Nick Fury can shrug off debuffs by knocking him down. So yeah, this is just a very simple fight. So the second fight is going to be Sasquatch on Masochism over time. Going to be using Dr. Doom for this. Now Doom is good for this node in general just because the Masochism is a regen buff which he can stagger, nullify, turn into Mystic Dispersion. And in general, Doom is a pretty solid counter to Sasquatch. He doesn't really have anything special against him, but there's nothing really stopping him either. The only thing you really have to keep in mind in this matchup is that when Sasquatch enters Wrath, he goes stun immune, and probably the riskiest thing is using your special 3 while he has high Wrath charges. Here we use it while he's only got 3, so he can't enter Wrath anyway. But normally what you want to do is, once he gains a charge, you then throw your special 3, because it takes him 4.5 seconds to gain another charge, so he's not going to shrug off your stun and enter Wrath in the middle of it. But yeah, as you can see, this fight's very simple. This node just doesn't really do anything for Sasquatch. And yeah, he goes down in just over a minute. So the third fight is one of the ones that's probably more worried about this war. This is an Ebony Maw on node 20. So this has Strike Counter Fury, Masochism over time. And yeah, going to be using Dr. Doom here. So I'd seen a video of this fight before, actually from Slay, who's in the alliance we're facing, and he ended this fight on like 20% health or something. So it had me a little bit worried for this matchup. We do have the White Magneto pre-fight, and my strategy going into this is basically just going to be special 1 spam. Try and keep focus off him as much as possible. I'm going to be spamming special 1s. If I can get to a special 2 without giving any strike counter furies, I will, but I'm not going to force it. The main thing is just stopping him from using specials, keeping focus off him as much as possible to avoid the falter, and just playing pretty slow. As you can see, he's around 40% down at this point, and we are at full health. So I basically just need to keep this up for the rest of the fight. Now Maw is a tactic defender, which is the main reason that we don't want him using special attacks, because that will place the unsteady debuff on us. Here we actually do get up to a special 2. I decided here to just wait out this one falter. I go for a heavy attack at the end of that Magneto stun to knock his focus off. Go for a special 2 here. Doom special 2 can hit from across the map, so as long as they aren't blocking, you don't need to be up close. And yeah, he goes down extremely cleanly around a minute 20, and we lost pretty much no health, so was worried for nothing on that fight. Next up is going to be Nick Fury on node 23. This is a fight I've taken almost every war so far this season, using Dr. Doom, and yeah, it's a relatively simple fight. Basically just need to make sure that Nick Fury does not get many opportunities to throw his special 1, that you trigger dexterity when you're at 10 bubble shield, and just keep an eye on the glance basically. course, you ideally don't want to be rooted. Here I had to throw a special 2 because I did not want to deal with roots, especially while Nick Fury was unblockable. And yeah, so that is going to make this fight a bit more annoying. It's going to make it a bit longer. Here he's unblockable and has a special 1. However, Nick Fury, when he's at 16 to 19 tactical charges, will absolutely not throw a special 1. I don't think I've ever seen it in the 16 to 19 range, because it will just send him out of his unblockable, so the AI is just programmed to never use it there. So it was safe to go for that stand-up intercept. Now I just need to build up to another special 3, I believe. Oh no, go for a special 2 here. Been a while since I did this war. And now, yeah, I do have a Mystic boost active, so I'm just going to be chaining some specials. Get to another special 2 here. Still got that Fury active. And then just go for a special 1 to waste some time, and he goes down. That is just the power of Doom with Mystic power boosts in the right matchup. Got, what, 3 or 4 special 2s off in that 12-second aura duration. So, next up is Apocalypse on path 6 in section 2. This node gives him a 200% prowess, and I believe it makes his specials unblockable if he has 3 or more prowess, so I cannot let him use a special here. His special 2, I'm pretty much 100% consistent on evading. His special 1, I can evade 2 hits reliably, but all 3 is pretty 50-50. I definitely wouldn't die from one special 1 hit, but ideally just don't want him using a special at all. Here we're just getting him in a Doom cycle, and he should go down relatively soon. Incinerates don't quite take all of his health. Here we go for a special 1, hoping that'll finish him. Doesn't. But yeah, he goes down without using a special. Doom probably not the ideal counter for that. Nimrod is much better, but Doom can definitely do the fight. Next up is going to be Mojo. Here he has a node where whenever you block a hit of his special attack, he gains a prowess, and again when he has 3 or more prowess, specials are unblockable. But I'm not really planning to bait specials in this fight, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't be blocking them, so it's not really a threat. This node does also have Disorient on parry, so I'm not really going to be parrying. Notice his prompt is block a hit, and we do actually manage to avoid that. Now he's got his stun prompt, so we're going to try and avoid that. Wouldn't really matter if I triggered them, but I'd just rather avoid it for safety. Dash back, no way to avoid that. But we're already at our special 3, and just a regular cycle is probably going to finish this fight off. Of course, with Mojo's special 3, you are at a distance when you come out of it, so you have to go for medium rather than medium. And yeah, this special 2 should pretty much finish it. Again, just throw the special 1 from the Mystic boost to waste time on the Incinerates, and he goes down in under a minute. So this next fight is going to be Dr. Doom on node 39. We're going to be using Doom for this. Now path 5, I believe it's bugged in this war. I think the bug came in before this war. So we actually don't really need to intercept before we go for our special 3. Special 3s will deal full damage even with protection up. Obviously it'd be nice to intercept and get the extra damage from the Fury, but it's not really necessary. So yeah, we're just trying to build up to our special 3 without Doom having a chance to use a special, and also while he has high power. Now if the bug was not here, I would normally use the special 3 at low power after I've landed an intercept and rely on the mystic boosts to get me higher. However, with the bug, I just opt to go special 3, special 1, special 3, special 1, and just leave protection up. It is going to be a relatively long fight still, just because it's Dr. Doom. He's basically crit immune against Dr. Doom because I have a really low crit rate here. And yeah, I'm not really going to use much special 2 in this fight, I don't think, just because of Mighty Charge Shrug and the Incinerates. Yeah, he's at about 50% now. We've got 2 Furies active, so it's probably going to be like 2 more special 3s before he goes down. Here he uses special 1, which is pretty annoying. Probably shouldn't have thrown that special 2 there, because he has aura, he can resist it. But luckily he doesn't punish, and to be honest, all that would have happened if he did was we used an extra potion or 2. There, I think 40 had 2 bars of power or something. Really not playing this fight great, to be honest. Forgot how I played in this war because it's been over a week since this war happened. But yeah, he should go down pretty soon. And now I believe we're going to be taking the whole right side of Boss Island. First fight up is going to be a Safeguard King Groot, and this is just a very generic fight for Dr. Doom. Strategy I prefer for this generally is to go for 1 special 3, then try and get off as many special 2s as possible while that Fury is active, ideally when King Groot also doesn't have any Furies active to shrug off the Incinerates. The Incinerate is going to be the biggest source of damage in this fight because of Safeguard. But yeah, it's really safe matchup. The only risk is pretty much King Groot getting the special 2 while he has a regen active, because then it's unblockable, it'll deal all the direct damage to you and put the poison. I think it might be able to kill even a heavily boosted Doom. Not entirely sure on that. But yeah, basically just don't let him have the regen buff active at any point in the fight and you should be fine. Here we're throwing off the first special 2 of the fight. Incinerates taking for around 2000 damage each. Now we go for another special 2, but he ends up using his special 1 there, which puts the unsteady debuff on us because he is tactic. We time the special 2 so that the last 3 hits the debuff isn't active, which lets the Incinerate stick, and yeah, it's going down pretty fast here. Probably just going to go for a special 2 even without the Fury, and this will basically finish the fight off. One and a half minutes for Safeguard King Groot Mini, it's pretty good time. So the next fight is going to be Man-Thing on node 53. So this is definitely a bit of a weird matchup. Normally you'd send something like an Immortal Abomination, Claire, Omega, whatever to this. But I thought that Doom would probably be pretty good for it. Doom is a really good counter for this node as long as they aren't Shock or Incinerate immune. Use a Power Start 1, and basically my plan is to use Mystic Dispersion, Polka Dot Power from the Shocks to build up to my special 2. That will put the Incinerate, remove the stun protection, can do an absolute ton of damage while that's down. I've got the White Magneto pre-fight so I can make use of stun vulnerability even more. And you can see even with Man-Thing, who has that ability where critical hits deal the same damage as a normal hit, he's going down extremely fast. Got off another special 2 here. And yeah, we're not letting him use any specials because then we can get poisoned from the pustules. But yeah, we're 50 seconds into this fight and he's already down to 20%. So yeah, Doom, definitely a pretty solid counter here if you know how to play the fight. and he goes down in just over a minute. Now my final fight of this war is going to be Quicksilver on the Brute Force mini-boss, and we're going to be using Nick Fury for this. This fight is not particularly complicated. Nick Fury starts with 6 tactical charges against Quicksilver because he is an Avenger, which means you've immediately got your evade counter active, and basically I'm just going to be spamming special ones, baiting heavy attacks. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire fight. I'll probably be attempting to dex Quicksilver special 1 if the timing feels right. I'm not particularly consistent at it, but yeah, it's not really going to hurt if I get hit. So yeah, I'll just let this fight play out. As for the score this war, we actually went 150-0. That's the first time this season that we've done that. I believe SSx died 9 times, so not too bad of a war from them, but when we clear 150-0, we've pretty much got a war in the bag. Yeah, thank you all for watching this video. We'll let this fight play out, and see you in the next one.